I'm not talking about what you saw your friend doing and then you got inspired. That is not the burden I'm talking about. Let me rush through several examples. Number 1, Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 11. Jeremiah 1 verse 11 to 12. Pastor, what seest thou? What seest thou? If you are normal after you see a vision from God, you didn't see from God. There is something that enters you when a burden from God in the form of vision enters you. You can't be normal. And I say, Pastor, that's the burden you should be bearing. The burden of receiving the vision from God. The burden of clarity of the vision. Then the Lord said to me, look, Jeremiah, what do you see? And I replied, I see a branch from an almond tree. Next verse. Please, you always give King James before I give otherwise. Wait, put it back. Go back to that one. Go back. Please read. Read what the Lord said. And the Lord said, that's right. And it means that I am watching. And I will certainly carry out my plans. Give me King James. Then the Lord said unto me, thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it. When the vision is not clear, it will not be hastened. God will not put fuel on the vision if it's not clear. And for the vision to be clear, there is a position you must stand. What seest thou, man of God? Are you even still seeing? The burdens of the people have clouded your vision. Now you are doing the right sharing. Did you see it? Or it's burden from people? What seest thou? You are asking God, why is ministry stagnated? God is, have you seen where? What seest thou? Is one prayer you should be asking, Lord, have I seen where? I can assure you that, sir, you can be in ministry for many years and you have not started ministry. Because you have not seen where. Yes. When God beep you, don't assume this thing. No. See where. I have a beloved son. One time he first came, I said, if I catch it in again, he himself now knows that he did not see where that time. He forgot struggle. I'm telling you. What seest thou? Question now is what you are running with. Is it it? Or you may have to see again. It's a burden. Because the way some people are comfortable is clear they have not seen. When you will see, it will become a burden. When you will see a vision, it will become a burden. That's why a true leader and a visionary cannot be normal. You cannot understand us. The day you will see that vision, they will not understand you. For you to carry God's burden in your heart, you'll be talking. Let me go ahead. Let me give you examples. What seest thou? Ask your neighbor, what seest thou? What seest thou? Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 6. God asked Ezekiel, every one of them, please, let's keep reading very fast. What seest thou? Ezekiel chapter number 8 and verse 6. Media be fast. We worked on those equipments yesterday. Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 6. Because there will be delaying me, let me just, when the scripture comes, you read it. Are you aware that Israel would have remained as dry bones had Ezekiel not seen. As dry bones. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what? Seest thou what they do? Whatever. I missed that scripture I'm looking for. But you know that Ezekiel had to enter into the spirit and see the true state of Israel. Then he began to know what to say. The dry bones only got to live again, not physically. He went into the spirit, saw the true state, and he became a body. It was from there that he changed their state. But had he not seen it, there would have been dry bones. Could you be pastoring people and the congregation is dry because you have not yet seen their real state in the spirit to change it? They became an army when he saw their true state in the spirit. It was from there he addressed their matter. There are preachings you will preach, nothing will change. Because you don't really know the spiritual state of these people in the spirit. They look good in your eyes, but in the spirit they are bones, dry. You are pastoring dry bones. And they have the potential to become an army. If you look at the congregation, what you will see are men in captivity. You look at your church with your 2 eyes. What are you seeing? Empty chairs. What do you see? People who are rebellious. What do you see? They are in captivity. And they enter captivity because they became dry bones. So you have to access their real state in the spirit and then from there deal with it. None of them were there when he said, Son of man, can this bone live again? It was one man. And it was from there that prophecy came. And they became an army. And then before you know it, ministry is changing physically. And people are saying, what did you touch? I traveled, I didn't touch. I traveled in a realm and saw my church as it is. Oh God, you people you are not ready. You see, there are certain states of your church that if you don't understand what I'm teaching you today, you will not be able to have the time. These things I'm telling you, you cannot access them while you are serving tables. You cannot access them while you are doing too much counseling. There are things you will not be able to access. And there are people who remain in that state until you see their real state and then begin to speak from that realm. Now you come to church, things are changing. They don't know what you have done. They don't know what you have done. God showed me, I started dealing with this church from a different realm. There are people I don't talk to again. I just see a manifestation. I say, this one, now dry bone. You are a dry bone. Forget this, forget all this. You are dry bone. Is God speaking to anybody here? What sayest thou? Have you seen the real state of the people? Number what? Number 3. Amos chapter 7 verse 8. Can your members be rich again? But that question can only be asked in the spirit. And the Lord said unto me, Amos, what seest thou? And I said, a plumblend tree and whatever. In fact, the point I'm trying to show you is that God is, when last did God ask you, what seest thou? Does that not prove to you that you have not yet reached the realm? Has God ever asked you, what are you seeing? When God shows you, He will ask you to be sure that you understand what you are seeing. What seest thou? So when are we finished? We know some of us have started ministry. We are in ministry, but we have not started. Zechariah chapter 4, verse 2. Number 4. Everyone in scripture, what seest thou? What seest thou? You, when was the last time you heard the Spirit ask you, what seest thou? And said unto me, what seest thou? And they always respond. And I said, I have looked, and behold, a candlestick all of gold with a bow upon it. I have looked. What says? When you see I'm going to tell you, I pastor the wrong church for almost 7 years. I call it Grace Chapel. I shall say one of my experience. Grace Chapel was not what God ordained me to pastor. But I know we see. So I borrowed the name from members around me, whose name is fine. Like some of you, the name you are calling the church is not the name in accordance with the vision. And until it is according to pattern, God cannot sponsor it. As the name changed, we built. Grace Chapel, we looked for land, we couldn't find. God said, who sent you to pastor a chapel? I say, hey. Say, chapel is a small place of prayer. You will remain small. I say, what is the name? I went to pray. Then he showed me palm. Have you seen it? Hepzibah. I started, that's a name. So how do we translate it into our time? City of God's delight. And palm, we built without struggle. Now, you are struggling to be. The question is, you are building on what vision? Have you seen? What seest thou? What sawest thou? Because ministry is not play. Are you people here? Am I wasting your time? No, ministry is not a joke. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 11. Apostle John, he saw. God is helping somebody here. Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book and send it unto the 7 churches which are. Not what thou hearest, what thou seest. What have you seen? What have you seen? You are writing what you have heard. What have you seen? And can I tell you, the vision of God you have not seen cannot come to pass. When God begins to speak his vision for your life to you, ensure you see it. Don't just hear it. What seest thou? Pastor, what seest thou? What seest thou? What seest thou? What seest thou as you look at your future? What seest thou? What seest thou? That is the burden you have to bear. To ensure the vision is clear, is a burden you must bear. Habakkuk chapter number 2 and verse 1. There is a position you must take. Habakkuk chapter 2 from verse 1. Please, media be fast. He says, I will stand upon my watch. Where? Upon where? I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, not to hear, to see. When God is speaking to you, try to see what he's saying. And for that to happen, there is a place, there is a position. You must stand your watch. You can't see this in the kitchen. I've asked myself question upon question. How many people did Jesus do counseling for? As he just sit down for counseling table, as he talk, he just remember, say, God died for cross. Madam, it's okay. I will pray. I will talk to God about you. You don't carry burden. When you carry burden, sometimes people try to use to waste your time. You will drive them. The time you are supposed to use to pray, you are doing counseling. Why? Because your mind is telling you that after the counseling they can drop. It is vision that brings provision. So see your vision clear. See it clear. Isaiah chapter 6, the next one. Isaiah chapter 6, from verse 1. What seest thou? Isaiah chapter 6. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne high and lifted up, and his strength filled the temple. Next verse. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. And next verse. And one cried unto another, Holy, holy, the whole earth is full of his glory. Next verse. The guy is seeing now. He's doing what? He's seeing. And the posts of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Next verse. Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips, for mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Next verse. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a leaf cold in his hand, which he had taken with tongues from the altar. Next verse. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thy iniquity is taken away from away, and thy sin purged. Next. Also I heard the voice of the Lord now, saying, whom shall I, and who will go for? Whose burden is he about to bear? This is when his ministry started. From chapter 1 to chapter 5, he was wasting time. Could it be these 5 years in ministry you are wasting your time? And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? And who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. Now. After 5 years, it's now you are going. Who chapter 5? In chapter 5, the guy was singing love song. Look at, he was in ministry singing love song. Please put chapter 5 now, verse 1. It's simple. Just go back to chapter 5. Read. Now we sing to my well-beloved, a song of my beloved, touching his vineyard. My well-beloved had a vineyard. The guy is singing song. He's a poet.